over this last week, we've had a lot of crazy things happening where I live. We had the school districts announce the plans for returning to school in the fall. The district that I live in, they started out by giving everyone a choice. They said, here's your choices, A, B, C, and D. Respond as soon as possible and let us know what you choose for your children. So everyone started to pick, what they wanted to do for their kids, what they felt was best. And then just a couple days later, after they sent out that email, they sent out another email in which they said, never mind, scratch all of that. This is what we're doing, period. We're just gonna do part-time school 2 days a week, the rest of it at home. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So that made a lot of parents and families upset. And suddenly, right away, I started to see all over Facebook people just vocalizing how upset they were about this, how worried they were, how angry they were.
Here's a post that says, "So I'm curious how parents could hire a lawyer to sue the district. Something big has to happen to go against the teachers' union."
I saw conversations happening in different ward Facebook groups, and ward members were sort of going at it and back and forth on the issues and going head to head, and there was just this feeling of contention and people just saying, I've had enough, I won't stand for this any longer, I'm gonna do something about this, I'm mad, let's fight this, let's fight together, fight, and I kept hearing the word fight. It's funny because for me, normally I think I would have been bothered too, but in this moment I had this peace. And I just felt like the Lord is in control. And if you truly believe that, if you truly pray every day for the best and for His will to be done in all things, and you're doing your part and you're putting your faith and your trust in Him, then at the end of the day, there's really no need to fight. We have every reason to trust and trust that the Lord is in control. He knows what's best. He knows what's going on and that He has a plan. So as I'm watching all of these parents battle it out with each other and battle it out with the school district and all the time and energy that's going into this battling, I thought about how, in a way, in itself, that's a distraction. Putting all this time and energy into the things that we're angry at can take time away from some of the things that are more important, like our family and our relationships. And I started to see how this was taking up so much time and energy on Facebook. People were just really upset about it. And I saw how this could easily consume someone. And I just had this peaceful feeling, you know what? You just need to trust. You just need to trust that the Lord is in control. The Lord has a plan. And again, at the end of the day, if we always pray that His will be done, it will be done. So I just heard this quiet voice in my mind say, no need to fight, but trust. So I started to think, oh my goodness, what if for some reason something happens and we're so grateful that our kids are not at school, that they're at home with us instead, sort of like earlier this year when we had the earthquake. And it was on a day when our kids were all home because of COVID. School had been canceled. So our kids were all safe at home with us when that earthquake happened. What if something else is coming? I mean, you just don't know. It could be anything. And the Lord has a plan, and so even though this sounds unpleasant and horrible and brings us fear and anxiety, what if that's somehow part of His plan and we just need to trust it instead of fight it? At first, it was only Davis County doing this. All the other school districts in Utah were giving their students the options and were allowing full-time school in person. And so everyone kept saying, why is it just Davis County? Why is it only us? And I thought about the earthquakes and the rumblings that I had been hearing here in Davis County, and I thought, what if something's coming? Or what if something happens and it's actually a blessing that our kids are at home with us? It's just a feeling, it's just a thought that I had. Not to say that that's going to happen, but just a reminder that we need to be in a position where we can hear the Lord speaking to us. And I feel like when we're caught off guard because we're angry, we're upset, we're enraged, whatever it may be, those powerful feelings and emotions can consume us and overcome us and drown out the voice of the Lord so that we don't hear what it is that He's saying to us. We're just caught up in our own emotions, fears and anxieties and anger. So I observed how I was feeling and I just felt peace, like just let it go, let it be. The Lord's in control, He has a plan. And then I started to think that maybe, just maybe, none of this matters anyways. Because if the Lord truly is coming back so soon, not 10 years from now, not even 5 years from now, but much, much sooner than that, we know that all the old ways of the world will come to an end. So that means all of these worldly systems. That means our current education system. So why are we trying to hang on to something that's going to be no more when he comes? When he comes, he's going to bring with him something better. We're going to have a new way of being educated, and it's going to be better. And maybe everything that's happening right now is a part of the destruction of those worldly systems, and we just need to let them happen. And having our kids at home is preparing us to educate our kids differently. Obviously, not having them be educated by the world. I mean, that's where we're headed anyways when the Lord returns. So in essence, it's almost preparing us for that. I know for me and for a lot of parents out there, our kids want that social interaction. They want to be with their friends. They want to make new friendships. They want to go out and interact. And that's a great part of learning and growing, is that social interaction that as humans we all need. And, you know, they've been kept from that all year, so they really are craving that. So I think a lot of us parents really wanted that for our kids, to be able to go back and be with their friends and make new friends. And clearly that's probably not going to happen. And especially we're being told that this COVID is supposed to come back even worse a second time, a phase 2 this fall, with so many other uncertain things happening with the economy, with the election this fall, with all the civil unrest that's been happening all over the nation, all over the world. It almost feels safer having our kids at home. So anyways, I just want to say that I just had this feeling of peace, just to trust what the Lord is doing and not try to fight it, that he has a plan and we just need to trust it. And again, at the end of the day, if we're living righteously, we're keeping the commandments, and